When I was pregnant with Ryan, I would have been 24. He was born October 9th, 1995. He was 6 pounds even, which seemed really tiny. Shortly after birth, we knew something wasn't quite right. So when a human is born, they're born with 23 pairs of chromosomes, and someone who's born with trisomy 18 has 3 of number 18. So when Ryan was 2 weeks old, they got him stabilized enough for us to bring him home. He came home with a feeding tube. He was also on oxygen. Janae absolutely loved him. From the moment we brought him home, she couldn't say Ryan, so she called him Dada. She would run through the house and she would look for him and try to find where he was, and usually he was in a bassinet off to the side of the room. And she'd run up to him and she'd say, "Hey, Dada," and then she'd smack him on the head with a wet kiss, and then she'd be on her way. And they told us that he couldn't hear. Sorry. But I don't believe that, because whenever she'd run into the room, he would like turn his head toward wherever she was, so I know he heard her. He would have been 2.5 months when he passed away.
Dear Ryan, hi. I guess I should start from the beginning, but how does one even begin a letter to the brother she never met? Hello, my name is Kai and I'm your sister? I guess that works, even if it does sound a little silly. Anyways, I've heard people who have lost siblings at a young age talk about how unfair it is to grow up, while their sibling will stay locked in time as a child forever. Though it's a little different for you and me, I can still only picture you as that tiny little baby in all of the photos I've seen. At the end of my interview with Mom, she told me that she wishes you could have met all of us. So let me introduce you to the rest of the family, and catch you up on everything that's happened since you've been gone. First, let's go back to the beginning. I know you already know this part, but sometimes a refresher can be nice.
My name is Tawana Troyer.
I am Nathan Troyer.
I am 52 years old.
I am 56.
And I am the mother of the family.
I am Dad.
We got married in July 25th, 1992.
Then comes Janae, which you already knew, of course. Janae is everything that an oldest sibling should be. She's always been the leader of the pack while still being incredibly kind and humble. She's also one of the most creative people I know. When we were kids, her and Kirsten would create these elaborate games with deep lore that we would play. Think like Dungeons and Dragons, but for 8-year-olds. Speaking of Kirsten, she's next on the list.
I'm Kirsten Tomlin. I am 26 years old, and I am the middle child of the Troyer family.
Kirsten was our third child, and she was narcoleptic, or whatever you say, where she falls asleep all the time, which was hilarious, because we would find her asleep under the changing table. She'd fall asleep in the bathtub. She'd fall asleep just about anywhere.
Something else you should know about her is that she's an animal lover, especially frogs. She's probably the only person who's one-upped me in that area. Oh, speaking of me, that brings us to the best part of the entire show. I was born on September 13th, 2001, and no, I was a pretty cute baby. And just 734 days after that, Josh was born.
I'm Josh, I'm 19, and I'm the youngest in the family.
I think Josh was the cutest out of all of us as a kid. I mean, look at that chubby face. These days he tends to obsess over things. Right now it's Star Wars and anime. Yeah, he's a complete nerd. But he's also incredibly adventurous and loves to goof around, especially outdoors. I'd say that his defining character trait is that he's one of the kindest people I've ever met. I know I keep saying everyone is kind, but I can't help it that this family is so gosh darn nice.
To have a brother who's so caring is kind of surprising, because you always hear about brothers and like they can be a little bit of tools, but like he's the one, like you're on your period and he'll bring you like chocolate and a blanket or something.
So now you've met all the biological siblings, but the fun doesn't stop there.
Recording in progress. I'm being recorded. What?
Meet Grant. He's a pretty cool guy. He officially became a member of the Troyer family back in 2020 when he married Kirsten.
Grant is one of the most caring, genuinely caring and compassionate people I think I've ever met. He's the perfect match for Kirsten because they go so well together.
And just a few short months after Grant became a member of the family, Aaron joined in too.
I'm Aaron Estrada, and I'm Janae's husband.
We got married October 2020.
What was the wedding like?
Excited. It was cold for the pictures, but I was just excited to finally see her in that dress.
Aaron is super soft-spoken when you meet him, but then he turns into one of the weirdest people you'll ever know.
He is funny and ridiculous and a child at heart and a really good cook.
Aside from that, he's a very talented musician, and he plays the drums at church a lot. Now, I could rant about how awesome this family is and all of my favorite things about it, but why not hear it from them yourself? Briefly describe what the Troyer family is like.
Kind, servant-hearted, fun, weird.
I think that my favorite thing about the Troyer family is that we're all just a bunch of goofballs and we just can have so much fun being together, doing anything or doing nothing.
The first time I met all of you guys, everyone was they were very friendly. I could tell that you guys were a fun-loving family.
We're close. We're funny. We love to do stuff together.
I love Troyer Christmas. We get really, really, really into our white elephant gift exchange.
I've been introduced to a lot of traditions and did stockings for the first time.
My favorite thing about our family is probably how close we are. Just whenever I talk to my friends or whatever, they say how they're fighting with their sibling or their parents or whatever. And I don't feel like we really have that now. Like, we're very close together, always helping each other, always wanting to be there and supporting each other.
I hope all of this isn't misleading, Ryan. There have been a lot of happy memories since you've been gone, but there have also been some sad ones. We've had our share of disappointments, of financial struggles and hospital visits, and we've had to say goodbye to other loved ones like you. But through all the good and the bad, we've been able to maintain hope, to look to the future ahead and know that it will be good. Our family has set the precedent for the life I want to live, for the person I want to become. I hope you can look down on us and be proud. If you could tell Ryan anything today, what would you tell him?
I would say if I had anything to tell him, number one, that we loved him so much. And I just wish we could have had more time and that we're looking forward to see him again.